Hi everyone, and this is Anna from Kitten Cat, and we have a very special unboxing today. As you can see from the logo, it is a doll from PashaPashaNYC. The artist is Pasha Setrova, and she is a self-taught artist. She's been making dolls for quite a while. She used to be a model, writer, and saw an art doll exhibit, took a class, and started making these dolls. And this is very exciting because she does do pre-orders and she does custom full sets and that, but her dolls like sell out quickly. 12, 24 hours. Whew, God. Another doll collector decided to find a new home for this, and I was able to get her, so I am really excited. I have been kind of following Pasha's work for a couple of years now. Allison of Uniquest Popies and Dolls, she has done a interview with her during COVID, and actually has been to her studio in New York. It's like 4 people, her partner Erica, Lucille, and I think George, or that's the people in here. But I'll put a link in the description below so you can see Allison's videos. They're fantastic. Pasha does have a online store. I'll put a link to that as well. And but most of her stuff, for updates and that, you'll want to follow her on Instagram, and I'll make sure I put her Instagram account in there. She just released a beautiful full set of her regular size dolls, and she did a beautiful paint face up and body blushing on a smaller doll. This is a smaller doll, and she is not painted, so we'll see her in the unboxing, and then it may be a while before you see her again, because I'm going to try to do the face up, the body blushing, the mani, and the pedi, but I am definitely going to be doing some practice dolls and planning out what I plan to do before, you know, the first layer of anything goes on. So her dolls all come in a 2-size case, and this is a beautiful case. She was shipped to me in a cardboard box, but I wanted to make sure that this was what you saw, because this is just beautiful. It's fabric on the outside, but it's got like a shell on the inside, and we have this gold logo. We've got a handle here, so you know, a lot of times we get a doll and like the first thing we say is, well, now I gotta find a way to take her and travel with her. Well, she already comes equipped. We have these beautiful little toggles here, and they're quite heavy too. I mean, everything about this, this is one of the more accessible dolls, but it is still an investment, and I consider this as and a piece of artwork that I can interact with. But everything just speaks to the quality and care that she puts into her dolls. So let's see what's inside, shall we? So we have this beautiful pink lining. We've got a pocket up here with another one of those beautiful little toggles. Little tag here, metal. It says, "This is not a toy, blah, blah, blah." And I really like that. So let's go ahead and see what's in here first. And this has got a soft lining. So we've got a box. We've got an envelope. And and look at this, it's even covered, so there's no scratching from that handle or the design on the front. But we've got this nice, and this is a heavy brass. So I've got a strap, kind of coordinates with it, so that's really cool. And the little box here. Okay, so there's our hands. I'll bring this up closer, see if you can see here. So we have two sets of hands. We have her default hands, which it's kind of interesting to me because her dolls are very autobiographical, self-referential. Being a model, she is lovely long fingers, and watching her interview with Allison, I could recognize the positions of her doll's hands in her hands when she was talking, and that just amazed me. These are the default hands, and I'm gonna try to take one out with these gloves. I don't know if that's gonna work. I'm going to try to bring this close because there is just an incredible amount of detail in these hands. Let's see if you can see that. We've got lines. I mean, a palm reader could actually read this palm. And then these beautiful sculpted nails. And the hands are magnetic, which makes it easier if you're dressing the doll, because as you can see, these could easily get caught, and we wouldn't want them to get damaged or chipped. So there's the default set. And this particular line of doll, you do have the option of getting some additional hands. So kind of show you these. I just think these are very graceful. I like this hand. Kind of reminds me of what we called it in art school, the Botticelli hand. And we've got 3 fingers curled, kind of the index finger out. Again, the back of the hands actually got like the veins and the striations, and it's just incredible, the amount of detail there. It's such a tiny hand. I mean, my thumb's like an average of like a little over ½ inch wide, so you can see. But they're not exactly mirror, and I really like that too. This one has 3 fingers, so that the index finger is more, you know, extended. The other one just has the 2 fingers curled, so there's like 2 fingers extended. So we do get a different expression on each hand. So, and that's really something, you know, that shows a level of attention to detail to make sure that the hands are not exact mirrors of each other, because, you know, humans are, you know, we're asymmetrical right to left. So cool. Look at our hands, and I believe this is their certificate. It kind of reminds me like a invitation to a black tie event. Look at this little ribbon. So we've got, oh, it's a folder. So yeah, definitely reminds me of, I took fine art in college, and I remember the graphic design students, their presentations for stuff, and when we would do our shows in galleries and stuff. So we've got a folder. Now, her dolls all come with serial numbers, so I'm going to try to cover that up just to protect the doll. But the nice part about that is if you do get a doll from a reseller or third party, or in this case secondary, you know, she has you email, and they can verify that the doll's legit, so you don't have to worry about, you know, recast, which is, you know, a terrible thing in this hobby. And also lets them know that you're the new owner of the doll, and if anything breaks, you can get replacement hands, you can get replacement feet. I'm sure you have to pay for them, but she said in her interview that she wants people to play with her dolls. you know, to engage with them. And she does a lot of photography with her dolls. So, you know, things can happen. So it's nice to know that my doll will be complete and I don't have to worry about trying to. So, like I said, I'm going to try to cover the serial number. Now, she is, her face is Pulse. That's the model of the head sculpt. Her color is Milk with Blood. So she's a warm skin tone. And she is the Simply Beautiful doll. And the difference with the Simply Beautiful versus some of the mini or the full-size doll is she's roughly the same height as the mini. I looked that up online. And but has fewer joints. So, and then we have her signature stamp. We've got a embossed, like a notary. And then the back has got this beautiful little wax seal. So I need to make sure I keep that someplace safe. Honestly, I'll probably just end up keeping it with her case. So, and now we get to open her. I'm gonna, okay, this sounds a little silly, but her sculpts are very realistic. So we're gonna kind of try to protect her modesty a little. So I'm prepared here. I love these little padded bags to protect the dolls. So I'm gonna pause the camera and then I'll bring you guys right back. Okay, so like I said, trying to protect modesty, you know how YouTube can be. She's got these little ties just kind of holding her in here. Oh, she's just so beautiful. She is a very distinct doll with very distinct sculpting. This is not the usual ball jointed doll, you know. I mean, it's just really hard to explain how I feel about this. And I have to honestly say, when I initially saw her dolls, it was so foreign to me. It's kind of like hearing classical music or jazz for the first time. Sometimes you can't quite appreciate it until you get to see it more, or, you know, in the case of like jazz or something, you start to delve into the background of the music and why it's composed the way it is and how it's composed and where it comes from, and then you find yourself developing a much larger appreciation for it. And that's how it was with this particular artist and this doll, as I just kept finding myself having a more and more appreciation, stopping and looking and checking out other people's dolls, checking out the face-ups. And then it was about a year ago, a little over a year ago, Pasha showed one of her dolls with a face-up, but it was a very soft face-up. And she just looked like none of the other dolls. And in fact, actually, none of her dolls look the same. The style and the aesthetic is the same, but they're each individual characters. And that's really something, since they're all done one-off. So let's go ahead and get her so you guys can see her. Like I said, I'm going to try to protect her modesty a little bit because the sculpt is extremely detailed. I'm going to bring her up here so you can see her face. This is the Pulse face. And she's already got eyes in there. They're like a very, very pale gray with a rim. And I can see indents for ears, for earrings. So we'll see if Anna has the courage to pierce those. And as you can see, the ears are different left to right. There is that natural asymmetry. And very detailed. In fact, I have ears that do that. They kind of point at the end. So, and the mouth. Now, because it is the Simply Beautiful. She, her other dolls have a more articulated shoulder. It kind of comes out, but these are good. Still, we've got full range of movement. Sometimes her dolls have a two-part neck joint, the larger ones, and I found that a little distracting. With this one, it's a solid neck, so you can really enjoy that clavicle, which is going to need some blushing, I think, to really show it off. I'm gonna tip her over, and you can see the spine, you can see the shoulder blades. It says Pasha Pasha. Her elbows. This is a very fashion figure. Now, one of the other things, she does have the mobility joint at the thigh, but her knees are a 1-point joint, so her knees can go back at the 90-degree. The other dolls have a double knee joint, so they can actually touch to the back. So, and there's a little bit of a lock in there to hold them. And check out these feet. OMG, check out these feet. So much detail. There's the little creases on the arch, and the toes are all separated. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get here in the middle. The toes are all separated. And she's got the heeled feet. I think the other dolls have an option. They have an option for like ballet feet, I think even flat feet, but this is really cool. So there we go. Make sure I hit that lock, sorry. And she does have a double jointed elbow. So, oh, sorry, my dear. She does have a double jointed elbow. And she has the little wrist, and as you can see, there's a little magnet in the wrist for the hands. And this particular model does have magnets in the head cap. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them off here, but the eyes are really cool. So this eye has got a peg attached to it, so that when she put them in with the putty, you can actually kind of move the peg around to change her gaze, which I thought was really cool. So, but there she is, guys. Like I said, this is something very new, very different, and I am excited to get her a face up, take a lot of care with it. I do have some wigs that fit her, work on some appropriate clothing for her, because I think she needs a step up from t-shirts and jeans, and have some fun with photography with her. Like I said, I'll put all the links down below so you can check them out. She usually does pre-orders for these dolls like every 3-4 months or so, when they have them available. You can sign up for an email so that you can find out, but again, following her on Instagram is probably the fastest way to find out if you want one of these dolls. And thank you, guys. Have a great day. Bye.